We are back with this new episode of Tea, Toast, and Sports. What better than talking about Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and the media circus around these two legends? Sharda, there's a very famous podcast in Australia called Ladies Who Leg Spin. Two ladies here. We are not intending to put any spin to any story, but I just want to start out by asking you, how was the weekend watching Kohli and Rohit once again?
I mean, it was literally like you've gone back to a few years ago. You've gone back to a slightly younger Rohit and a slightly younger Kohli, pre World Cup almost. It's like that middle of say 2013 to 2018, that kind of time. But it was fantastic watching it because of all, as much as what we saw, as also because of all the stuff that's gone on in the last say 5 years, 6 years with them, with the whole, how are they going to play? Because they have been pillars of the Indian game for the last decade or so. It's literally they held the game up across the formats that they followed. Rohit was our ODI captain, a very successful white ball captain, and very successful captain, made many ICC finals. And Kohli, of course, is an industry and a performer and an entertainer and a
The
personality all by himself.
fountainhead.
He has his own ecosystem, literally. So to see both of them together, and it was, in many ways, it wasn't a stressful kind of a match. The total was not very high, so it was just like we were all indulging ourselves.
Yeah. Uh, but Shraddha, since we are so taken up by the news cycle and the talk around Kohli and Rohit, let me first ask you and get this out of the way. Are we looking at the final maybe 12 months of the careers of these two legends?
12 months is a tight one, because you're saying it's going to come to an end in October 2020. Sorry, I'm sorry.
November.
November 2026. Because you're looking at a World Cup that is in October, November 2027. So between now and say July, they have at least 12 more matches to play, and then we'll see. The thing is, you have to literally like enjoy them for whatever they are at this point in time, and get your joy out of watching Kohli do his stuff and Rohit do his stuff and play all those incredible shots that they play, because you don't know when you'll see it again.
Hmm.
After, say, they'll definitely get 12 games more. I was just looking at the this thing. They've got series against South Africa, New Zealand, and England. We are going to England to play some one days in July next year. So you're thinking that they'll be there till at least then. So
So
you have
three
to enjoy
against
it.
So you're
Yeah.
considering three against England, three against South Africa. So
And
six.
three against New Zealand. There's a New Zealand series also against New Zealand is coming to India.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then nine.
I'm sorry. Then
Korean.
three that we saw here. Like that's the 12. That's the
Yes.
12. Sorry.
So
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
12 until July next year.
Yeah.
But Shraddha, let me ask you, what do you think is this phase in Indian cricket? Is it about winning trophies, planning to win trophies with them, or managing their transition? What is it about?
I
How do
think
you describe?
I mean, I would say the selectors are in a little bit of a spot because of the fact that you can't. I mean, I know for sure that before the Champions Trophy, there was no doubt that they were going to play both of them. There was no doubt of their space in the one-day team. I think by changing the captaincy, a very clear message has been sent that these guys are going to be playing for sure, but they are on match by series, or months of half a season at a time kind of a estimate. So they are looking ahead. Now I think the other thing that is also going to happen, which is going to be difficult, is how do you make their alternatives for 2027? The team will have to have some guys that will be an alternative to them. Yashasvi Jaiswal is sitting there and says, me, I'm here. And they need to get a chance to be able to play them as well. But at the same time, you want to maximize what is their best. They are best in this format, both of them. I'm not saying that Kohli is not a great test player. But this is the format that they just have. It's literally like they know it like the back of their hand. Like you can wake them up at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're 50 years old and say, okay, now we have to chase 275, and they'll say, yeah, yeah, fine, no problem. Where's my bat? Where's my pad? Bring it on. So it's I think that's what they want to maximize the what they've got out of it. I think both Kohli and Rohit now know that this is the only format that in which they can be seen, they can be present, they can be there. I'm trying to think of any other cricketer that's had this kind of a career that got stretched out, with ODIs being the last sort of format that they play. You wouldn't think it would be
Not
ODIs.
really. Not
You
not
know, you'll say most probably test, but Dhoni quit test before he quit white ball cricket, you know. So if we check, maybe Dhoni still playing international cricket, we don't know. He might have not sent an Instagram message or whatever it is. But no, I mean, seriously speaking, so this is the format, and this is also the format that has that one serious trophy that everyone calls the biggest trophy in cricket, which is the World Cup, the 50 over World Cup,
exactly.
whatever everyone says about the format. That's the World Cup everyone turns up every 4 years wanting to win. And to think that Rohit and Virat came so close, literally one evening in 2023 is possibly, they will definitely want to play. I mean, between the two of them, they'll say, why should we deserve to be there? Why can we not? But there's two things that work. There's their bodies, their minds are wanting to play, wanting to be there. Love. What happens to athletes is they love to compete, and they love to
Hmm.
think, I didn't do so good today, but I'll be better tomorrow because it's happened before and I've been able to recover and I've been able to do it again. That's the big tussle that's going to go on between how do you make a team for 2027, which takes into account that they may not, these two great players may not make it that far, but how do you not give them the chance to play their one day cricket?
Shraddha, these two legends have sold more headlines than any others in Indian cricket. What is the next headline, big headline in Indian cricket around them you're anticipating? And, everyone says the most obvious is retirement, but other
Yeah.
than retirement, the most obvious headline, you think?
Gosh, other than retirement, the most obvious headline, I mean, I really can't. I don't see them trash talking anybody. I don't see them, being disrespectful in that sense. They are in many ways modern players, but they come from an older era. It's literally like they are the last of the generation that grew up worshipping Test cricket in that sense, seeing Test cricket as their the standard by which to sort of measure themselves. But they're also very contemporary, one day kind of people. They are literally a bridge generation that's there. I'm really thinking of the last head. I cannot. I mean, I wish one. I'll probably get into trouble for saying this. I wish they said, no, let's shake hands with Pakistan. Is any of them going to say this? That let's shake hands with Pakistan players. Unlikely, but it'd be
I don't
great.
know.
If anyone has that stature, it's one of these two guys.
Or,
Either of
I
them.
was just thinking the other day, the kind of pull they have from BBL now, if they have the audacity to tell BCCI, we are almost towards the end of our careers, maybe BBL could be our next stop. And they could just set the
It
trend
would be
by.
good. They could set the trend. I mean, if anyone has the power to tell the BCCI, but listen, you're looking at, there's two things they're balancing here. There's 2027 and there's 2020 franchise cricket. So that, they'll have to take that decision. And then it'll also become, so we're living in this age of social media where it's very easy on the spin of a coin to make someone from hero to villain. You
Hmm.
know, it was there previously in the age of television, Rica, that you can do it over a prime time headline and do that, but you can do it now literally every few hours of the day, every few minutes, you can turn that story
Every
around.
few seconds with the
Every
online
few seconds, on
explosion of
exactly.
the
So
online media.
that's the balance that if they do want to play franchise cricket overseas, why should it not be okay for them to play? But for them to do that, they'll have to retire. Do they want to actually make that call before giving themselves a best shot of playing another World Cup? We'll see. And the other thing that just struck me is that Tendulkar played 6 World Cups before he won.
Yes.
And they're going to think, look, it's the last one. Maybe this is the one that we're waiting for. So why don't we just put our energies into playing this and seeing if we can make it?
Hmm.
Tendulkar came close once before 2011, but it was a long time. You know, it was too, and he kept himself going, but he didn't play three format cricket like these two have played.
Hmm.
It's a lot more strain on physical strain and all of that. But again, Indian cricketers are looked after better than they were in the past. So who knows?
Yeah, but Tendulkar had a 20 plus year long career, and he could afford to, stretch to another World Cup and another World Cup. Shada, let's rewind to what happened just after the weekend. Rohit Sharma signed off from Sydney with a beautiful social media post saying goodbye to Sydney. And also during the post match, he did say that this is perhaps the last time that they are coming back to Australia. So, when
There's your
he,
BBL. There's your BBL story waiting to turn
yes,
everything on its
yes,
head.
so the next step is probably BBL. But I really want to ask you, so Rohit Sharma, he let his fans know he's signing off, but there was a silence from Virat Kohli. Virat didn't say that this is the last time. Virat didn't sign off.
Yeah.
What do you read? In
Not much. I mean, I don't read much because maybe Virat was thinking of something else at that point in time. He had a great time. I thought it was really sweet that he scored that one run and he was like, I'm back in that after having the first time two ducks in his career. So I'm not reading much into it because of the fact
Also,
that
when
he's
he got past Sangakkara, that
yes, yes,
moment also, yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So when he got past, when he got the single, I was reminded of Ajit Agarkar, the chairman of selectors, when after four ducks in Australia, he scored a run in a test match in this was in 2003 to 2004,
Four
and he actually
series.
raised his bat to the crowd and like. And everyone applauded. It was fantastic. So yeah, it wasn't the first time that we'd seen something like that happen. But that's Agarkar behind four ducks. That was a that was a great moment in itself. Um, I think, it would, whatever they feel or they think or they want to do, the point is because they are playing in a team game, they can't really call the shots beyond, uh, just doing what they do in terms of turning up and scoring runs and being part of the. I mean, Kohli still looks like he's one of the fastest in the field. In that sense, he doesn't look like he's slowed down. And I think he's like defying age, and all of us were looking at it and saying, how is he doing this? But at the same time, he's able to what he probably I shouldn't be mind reading. Let me just say that what could be possible is that he is able to pace himself physically to be able to turn up and play at this sort of standard in these 12 games that are there. It's not like he's because in the middle of this there'll be IPL as well after I think New Zealand. There'll be
Yes.
IPL between New Zealand and the England three one days, and so that's what
No,
they're probably
there's
going
going
to
to be
look
the
at.
World Cup, the T20 World Cup,
And the T20 World Cup. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
then
Yeah.
IPL.
But they're not part of the T20 World Cup,
Yes, yes.
neither of them. So,
So for good probably 5 6 months they will not be playing, and then they'll be playing those
yeah,
ODIs against England again. Shada, let me
yes.
ask you this. So Champions Trophy was a high point for India. India winning it under Rohit Sharma, and then shortly after, not really shortly after, then sometime after, selectors saw that Gill could be the best option to be the captain. Rohit Sharma comes back, makes a point. I would say making a point because it was not just a one-off performance; it was a player of the series performance.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you think that such things really matter to a player of his caliber, having been dropped from captaincy after the high of Champions Trophy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then would he have thought that now is the time I have to prove a point?
Again, not reading anyone's minds, but you would just say that it does affect them. It's not that they don't see it, and it doesn't hurt to have lost that after you have actually won two of India's two big white ball titles in the last year and a bit, and to then be told that you're not going to be one day captain. In that sense, of course, it'll hurt. How do you deal with it in a way is he showed you in the sense that he said, look, I'm going to get fitter, I'm going to try and play, and I'm going to be the same guy. He played differently, he played at another tempo, he played more like he used to play before he became this uber attacking leader where he was just scoring runs at a crazy strike rate and making sure that everyone around them, we had enough sort of gas in the tank to put up a good total. So he played as well differently in Australia. We saw him pacing himself, playing in a much older style, earlier style. So he's showing you that there are things that he can do. And to say that, listen, I want to be fitter and I want to, it's just his commitment to seeing how long he can play for India. Because no matter how much you play, once you stop playing for India, it's literally like you get a little bit out of the public eye. It's like you literally you get, there's somebody else comes and takes that space. And already we've seen in the series after England, that space is very, very vacated.
Right. Sharda, Virat Kohli, he left the country. He's now settled in England. There are talks of him coming back and playing the Vijay Hazare Trophy to stay fit and to stay in tune for the ODIs. Do you think it's a realistic thing for the Indian legend to do? Because I mean, he doesn't really like the noise around him anymore. But in India, there will be. I mean, there if he's playing in Firozshah Kotla, I can tell
If
you
he's
that
playing
there's
anywhere, yeah.
yeah, there is the stadium will be packed.
Yeah.
So there will be noise, and if it is about preparation, would that how would Virat Kohli really take it now at this stage of his career?
I think you would have to think that he's living outside India at the moment to keep himself and his family away from this 24-hour sort of bubble in which they live. And all our players live in that bubble. That's the incredible thing about how they go about their normal lives. Or what we see as close to normal as they can get. I think coming back into cricket, if the Vijay Hazare story turns out to be is real and he wants to come back, I think that will just energize everything around him, himself, because he's back in this scene where he's appreciated, where he's loved, where he's followed. And it'll be good for his cricket in the sense that he's there. It'll be great for the dressing room that he's there. But players find that very hard to do. It's a very rare player that's able to turn around and come back. We saw, I think, Yuvraj Singh went back and did that in Punjab after his India career was sort of over. And we've seen a few other people. Ashwin does a bit of it. He plays in Chennai. So that stuff really works. It helps. And I think too for
And you
Virat to
remember
come.
that Lali match that Sachin Tendulkar played just before his
Yes,
retirement test, and the
yes, yes.
kind of
Absolute like
media magic that
craziness.
we saw
It
there,
was absolutely, yeah. Everyone turned up in the whole world turned up at the village.
the gate crash.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's that kind of stuff will definitely happen. Will he be able to sort of shut out all the noise and play? Yeah, he's done it his whole life. That is what his career is built on. This complete sense and focus and in what he wants to do. So for sure, it'll be great if he does it because also it gives him an idea to see what else is around, in terms of talent when it comes to batting, bowling, fielding, who's there that is maybe as good as someone he saw, maybe better than someone he saw, faced, whatever. It'll give him a chance to give him a good idea of where the one day game is at, where the 50 over game is at in a country which is now taken over by 2020 cricket. What pace is the game being played at? How will he fit his game into that pace of a play, or will he still say that I will be the anchor around which the fireworks can happen? And we need one anchor like that in particularly in 50 overs cricket. 50 overs cricket is a very, very different sort of format when it comes to from one days, and I mean from 2020, and we can see that you need a particular kind of skill at which Kohli is absolutely maxed. Like I said, he can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and chase, and he'll be fine. So I think it'll be great if he does turn up again, because you send a message of complete professionalism when you're doing this,
Hmm.
because he's fully entitled to say, I do not want to go and sit in Firozshah Kotla or wherever else he goes. He'll go and play in some small ground in a small part of in a small town somewhere in India. I said, I do not want to be eating the catering ka khana. But if he turns up and shows up and does it, they said, yeah, great. Then they'll turn everything upside down to make him feel welcome, comfortable, adjust to him. The Indian cricket will do that. Domestic cricket will do that. That'll be great if it happens, I think.
Now, Shraddha, since I am media, I am allowed to speculate a little. Maybe I'm
Of
entitled
course,
to speculate a little.
it is
So,
your responsibility.
so, so, I just wanted to ask you, because there's going to be a considerable gap between the time they would have played against New Zealand and the England series. Do you think these two legends will take an opportunity to play in England for a little while and figure out the conditions in England. And similarly, in South Africa, maybe some domestic cricket leading up to the World Cup because it's a South Africa World Cup.
That'd be great. I mean, in England, I think people might just be itching to play in England, and there'll be just counties lining up and saying, "Please come and play 3 matches for us. You'll fill the stands. Please do come." It'd be interesting to
And
see if we can
BCCI
fit
is
in.
going to allow them to do that?
Why should they not? I mean, why, on what basis are you not going to allow two of your players who are not playing in any other format, as they may be contracted? They may not be contracted. They may say, we don't want to be on contract because we want to do other stuff. Why should they not be allowed to play? I mean, the days of the fiefdom of BCCI taking control of the players, if there are any people that can break free of it, I think it's Virat Kohli
These
can
two.
break free of it. Uh, Let me out speculate you and say, suppose there's a new 2020 league that's coming up in Saudi Arabia. Virat Kohli is going to be the first person they go to. Come on, we'll give you the Ronaldo level, Cristiano Ronaldo level mega bucks. Come and play for us. So anything is possible at this point in time because we've seen that Kohli is completely fit and he can play
Yes.
this format, that format, whatever. He can play white ball cricket. He's there. He's ready
Oh,
for it.
waiting to eat out of his hands.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, so there is a real chance that these two legends might go to England, play some cricket in England. Similarly, in South Africa. Now, Sharda
And
also.
even I think Rohit Sharma might want to get back to playing cricket in Mumbai, in that whichever level competition, whatever he decides, just to make sure that he is in touch. That he's getting enough time in the crease. He's batting a little bit as much as he wants, and he can ask for that with any club, any place, and they'll say, "Please come." I mean, the doors of cricket below international cricket will be open to them anyway. So that's not going to be. They're not going to suffer from not having people trying to welcome them into playing in their side.
Sharda, as much as we love cricket, we also love the circus around it. And by
Yes.
circus, I mean, all that goes on with cricket, the storylines, and one of the big storylines of cricket in modern day cricket is commerce. Now, will Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's success, or can Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli's success, commercial success, be replicated by anyone after them? Do you think that there is a second line that can replicate the commercial
Always,
success?
always. I mean, like there are. I mean, I come from a generation for whom after Sunil Gavaskar the world was ending. The world was coming to an end after Sunil Gavaskar retired and Kapil Dev retired. It was over. Nothing was going to happen. That's it. Indian cricket was going to
For me,
just go.
Sachin.
Exactly. So, and you're seeing it. You can. It's literally, it's like an evolutionary cycle. It's
Yeah.
like a cricket is like a species of any species. It just evolves. It turns into something else.
Mhm.
Will they be as big superstar? And where the Tendulkar example becomes even more astonishing is because this is a pre-social media age. He was whoever he was because of the fact that you could switch on, and this was the age of satellite television. So Gavaskar did not
Also,
belong to
a
the satellite television.
liberalization story in some ways
Yes,
weaved into
yes,
Sachin Tendulkar's
yes,
story. There's
absolutely,
historically
absolutely.
India was changing so much
Yes, yes,
at that point.
and Gavaskar missed out on being a part of the generation that could see him live on TV every day, facing the West Indian fast bowlers, facing high quality fast bowling anywhere in the world. All that. But we got that through radio, and we got that through reporting and writing and reading stuff and like that. So there's somebody will turn up. So someone says one of the things that people always say is that Indian cricket and the Indian cricket market cannot do without a star. They need a star. They're desperate. You could see the sort of the quality of the television broadcast and so on. Sometimes it just gets fully cringe, and and so they're looking desperately for stars. That's because they seem to not have an imagination to work with the stars that you have in front of you. Younger people, less whatever, less known or whatever it
Less
is.
accomplished, yeah.
Yeah, less as less accomplished as than who those that have gone before. But there'll always be someone that will come through, whether it is just by force of personality, by force of batting talent, by force of performances. Someone will always come through, and you'll always be able to switch on a television and watch. Maybe not 27 ads like somebody Kohli may have done at some point in his life, but you'll see something or the other.
Mhm.
And So it's almost like you think that there will definitely be some people that will succeed, and in a way, it'll almost be hyper amplified because of the fact that we are living in this age of social media. And so Carl Lewis says you only need likes, you don't need to do anything. There's some, it won't be that, I'm sure, because Indian cricket fans can be completely objective and merciless when it comes to if you're not performing.
It is.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he said that, that was one of the things, one of his comments he made recently, that it's all become about social media likes and not about real actual achievements and performances, which is sound a bit uncle, but okay, he's allowed. Yeah.
Sharda, I started with the 12 month timeline and I was exaggerating there, but eventually the magic is going to stop. And
Yes.
when it stops, as a cricket fan, now purely as a cricket fan, what are the two things about these two legends that you are going to miss?
The two things that I'm going to miss, I think Kohli's energy. More than that, I mean, he's absolutely 100% giving of himself on the field. And in the very opposite way, Rohit Sharma's absolute it's like the opposite side. It's fine. Whatever is it, I can take it. It's literally like their personality and temperament, body, mind, all the opposite of each other. But it's great because they were in this team. They were in one
Fire and
team.
ice.
They were a part of a team. Yeah, yeah. The whole fire and ice thing. And Rohit Sharma saying, just chill, everybody. It's only a match, that kind of thing. And Virat Kohli saying, this is it. This is it. You have to do unleash hell, whatever else things that he told the team in his huddles and so on. I think certainly not just them individually, but together how they work. It'll be quite sad to see that go.
Yeah, for me too. It'll be really sad to see both the energies walk away. But thank you very much, Sharda, for bringing your energies onto the podcast, and we'll keep talking more about the two legends and the media madness around them. Thank you.
Thanks, Rika. Thanks for having me. Thank you. Had fun doing this.
Thank you. I'll send you a link, Sharda.
Okay.
Okay.
Chalse. Hmm.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.